just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys flew across the country for this one. Always tough to play in the early slate of games when making that trek. Across from him on the Bucs sideline, Todd Bowles. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
A tough time a season ago, his team missed the playoffs for the first time in his career. But he does remain one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league. He's completed over 67% of his passes for his career. We know he's efficient. Now he wants to be spectacular and get his team back to the big game.
It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Purdy off the play fake. And this is caught. Jennings. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. McCaffrey running up the middle. Down to the 42, 2nd down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 24 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball of the season as they built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game. Who's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
Purdy now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
That's another 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So offense moving a little too slow there. Could not get set, and they get the penalty.
Offense.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now Purdy. And a catch made by his tight end, Luke Farrell. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Buccaneers' 30-yard line.
Back to throw, Purdy. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. Purdy sets up to throw again. He'll try to pick it up himself. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
And the 49er.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
And the 49er first down.
Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd.
Throwing here, Purdy.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. And you see the numbers for Irving in last week's ball game. 22 carries, 52 yards.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And this is caught by Evans. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Complete to Mike Evans. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
The Buccaneers did a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To the right side, catch made by Ibuka. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. Mayfield looks to throw. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They go play action here. Purdy. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And the 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave it with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
1st and 10 at the 20.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here's Purdy. That's caught by Ayuk on the slam. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
This is McCaffrey on the give. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Another 49er first down.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
First down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
McCaffrey is in. Touchdown 49ers.
San Francisco.
So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Moody good with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup.
Here's Mayfield. A quick pass here to Godwin. And Godwin going to have a Bucs first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
And a first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Mayfield now. They're looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. On the jet sweep, this is Godwin. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 49-yard line.
Mayfield to throw it. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. Mayfield now from the 50. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Now 2nd and 3. Purdy looking to throw.
So they'll get nothing out of that play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on 3rd down. Purdy. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
At the 33-yard line.
Throwing, Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On 1st and 10, here's Irving.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
Mayfield.
Here's a quick pass. He's got Chris Godwin. Down to the 10.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Chris Godwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have got it back to within a score.
And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Buccaneers 7.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Christian McCaffrey and his 49er teammates back onto the field.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
McCaffrey following the penalty. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Operating from the gun, Purdy. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 1 yard is the gain. And it'll be a San Francisco first down.
A gain of 1 yard. First down, 49ers.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
At the 43-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, back foot throw there is incomplete.
He was defended by Jamel Dean.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards for number 11.
And the 49er first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
At the 38-yard line.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
First down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Here is 3rd and 5. Purdy now to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
Ricky Pearsall, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Moody good with the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
17. Buccaneers.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
To throw, Mayfield.
At the 35-yard line.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought
It's a
down.
gain of 11. Complete to
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
A 2-yard pickup makes it third.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Emeka Ibuka, 51 yards. And the Buccaneers have cut it back within a score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The 49ers offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. Throwing here, Purdy. We'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Second down and 3. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Connects with Kittle underneath. 7 yards there and a first down.
A 7-yard gain. And the 49er first down.
Back to throw, Purdy. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Purdy will look to throw again here.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. There he goes left side. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
McLaughlin for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
To the sideline and incomplete.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Final play of the half. Purdy. He's going to throw one up for the end zone.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Mayfield looks to throw. There's a short one taken in by Otten. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that will bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down at the 19-yard line.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 3rd and 5.
At the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football open to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their mind. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey to the 27-yard line.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Slot man moves right. Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So out come the Bucs now. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
That's good for a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44.
Mayfield off the play fake. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 33. Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 4.
On the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Mayfield.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Trey Brown. And the Niners are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
3rd and 12. Shotgun now with Purdy.
And that's caught inside the 35. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Purdy. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Now Purdy.
And that's complete to McCaffrey. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Play action. Now Purdy.
Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Now 2nd and 5.
At the Buccaneers' 15-yard line.
This is McCaffrey. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
109 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes.
And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers.
Kyle Juszczyk, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Purdy and the Niner offense, they'll stay on the field. They'll try to go for 2 here.
They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. There's a short one taken in by Otten. Here's 3rd and 3.
Complete to Cade Otten. That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for Cade Otten.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
With a punt team and Vernon out there as he gets this one away.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more.
Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Purdy. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
That wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Once again, it's Irvin. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 66 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. A run up the middle with Irvin. To about the 40-yard line.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Here's a handoff to Irvin. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. That is caught. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Mayfield. Quick throw, finding Mike Evans. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Buccaneers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
To throw, Mayfield. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down.
On the handoff, this is Irvin. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
At the 18-yard line.
Now Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Here comes 3rd down and 7.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Throwing, Mayfield. To Evans on the slant. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down.
Gain of 6 yards.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Running right through him. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Buccaneers put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jennings. 3rd and 8.
2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
And they just did not get the snap away in time.
Delay of game, offense.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Back to throw, Purdy. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Hassan Reddick drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense. They have to like what they've gotten from him in this game.
Think about the accumulation of catches.
8.
the yards per catch now, because you're getting more than a first down every time he's touching the ball. This is the kind of game you want when you're able to throw it out wide.
Absolutely. Over 100 yards, has the 8 catches.
No gain on
Here's
the play.
2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Irvin.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
3rd and 9 here.
Richie Grant. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
Mayfield to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard
He's been the go-to
line.
guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And managed to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. They'll run. This is Irvin.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Looking middle, and he's got a Bucca. And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 9 yards. Complete to Emeka Abuka. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
A shotgun handoff here to Irvin. And he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
2nd and 10.
At the 26-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Irvin. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Play fake. Mayfield. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
Buccaneers 30. 49ers
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Niners offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 33-yard line.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
And the 49er first down.
Purdy looking to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Purdy from the gun. Throw left side complete. That's James. Touchdown, 49ers. Jordan James with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Niners use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that gives him a 3-point lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So Mayfield and the Bucs down by a field goal, 2:10 on the clock. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger. Mayfield looks to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Mayfield down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. A run with Irvin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Mayfield to throw.
Over the middle, complete. It's Evans.
An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's Baker.
He'll try and do, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
It's 4th down.
Mayfield.
He's going to let it fly. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Buccaneers,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bucs answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th-quarter lead.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Now it's the Niners' turn, trailing by 4. 57 seconds to go. Their undefeated season, it's in danger unless they can score here as they've got a 1st and 10.
To throw is Purdy.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
A first carry here for Jordan James.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
At the 34-yard line.
Here's Purdy to throw.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 18.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another 49er first down.
And now he clocks it with 19 seconds remaining.
Ball at the 18-yard line. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Purdy. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now this incomplete, and I don't see any flags coming out. He was clearly in the pocket, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, and that brings up 4th down. Purdy to throw. Oh, he had to force it there on 4th down, and it's intercepted. And the Bucs have just about sewn up this football game.
Purdy's pass intercepted. Result of the play.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Bucs, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.